You know, if you're in the food business, what you throw away matters just as much as what you sell. Today, we're breaking down the proper management of animal byproducts, or ABPs. Seriously, if you handle meat, this is absolutely essential stuff for keeping your business safe, compliant, and professional.
So let's start with a question. Think about the bones, the fat trimmings, all that unsold meat you deal with every single day. Is it just trash, or does the law see it as something more? Well, today, we're going to find out.
Okay, so to make sure we're all on the same page, let's start with the official definition. According to the regulations, animal byproducts are basically any materials from an animal that aren't intended for people to eat. It's a simple definition, but it's the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. We've broken this whole thing down into 5 clear parts. First, we'll nail down what ABPs really are. Then, we'll get into the 3 risk categories. After that, we'll walk through proper management, step by step. We'll also look at the law and the fines. Yikes. And finally, we'll wrap up with the key takeaways for you and your business.
First up, let's get specific. I mean, you can't manage something if you don't know what it is, right? So, what materials in your day-to-day work are actually considered animal byproducts?
And yeah, the answer might surprise you. It's a lot more than you probably think. We're talking about all the everyday stuff: fat trimmings, bones, that ground meat that didn't sell, poultry heads, even products you had to pull from the shelves because they expired. Legally speaking, every single one of these things falls under that ABP umbrella.
Now, this is absolutely crucial to understand. Not all byproducts are created equal. To manage them safely, the law divides them into 3 categories based on the risk they pose to public and animal health. And thankfully, it's basically a simple color-coded system.
First up, we've got Category 1. This is the highest risk, and it's marked with the color black. Think of this as the danger zone, materials that could have banned substances or pollutants. And the rule here? It's not negotiable. These materials must be sent for incineration and completely destroyed. No exceptions.
Next, there's Category 2, which is marked with yellow to signal caution. This category is for products that are spoiled, maybe they're contaminated, or have foreign objects in them. They're considered unfit for any consumption, and the label says it all: not for animal consumption.
And that brings us to the category you probably see the most in a butcher's shop. Category 3, marked with green. These are low-risk materials, things that were maybe withdrawn for commercial reasons, like an expired date, but they aren't actually spoiled yet. These can often be repurposed safely for things like pet food or even creating biogas.
Okay, and here's a really important rule you gotta remember. Risk is a one-way street. A material can get downgraded, let's say from low risk category 3 to medium risk category 2 if it spoils, but it can never be upgraded. Once it's high risk, it's always high risk.
All right, so we know the what. Now let's get practical and talk about the how. Knowing the categories is one thing, but how do you actually manage them correctly in your daily workflow?
The law lays out 5 clear, non-negotiable steps. Number 1, you collect the byproducts immediately from your work areas. 2, you categorize them correctly. 3, you label them with the right color and all the info. 4, you store them in separate, sealed containers. And finally, number 5, you make sure they're sent to an approved facility using an approved transport service. And let me tell you, that labeling step is so critical. Think of a proper label as that material's passport. It has to have the right color code, your business's name and address, a clear statement of its category, and exactly what it can or can't be used for, like a big, bold, not for human consumption.
So why do all these rules matter so much? Well, this isn't just about best practices. We're talking about the law. And if you don't comply, it comes with some very real and very serious financial consequences.
Let's just talk numbers for a second. As a producer of animal byproducts, you could face an administrative fine of up to 30,000 euros for failing to comply. And that's a figure that could have a huge impact on any business.
And look, that number doesn't just come out of nowhere. The law actually provides a detailed schedule of fines for specific violations. Things like improper categorization, incorrect labeling, or just not having the right paperwork can result in penalties that range from 200 all the way up to that 30,000 euro maximum.
And this is where things get really serious. It's vital to understand that the consequences can go beyond just money. If you try to prevent or obstruct an official inspection, you're not just breaking a rule, you're entering the realm of criminal penalties. The law is crystal clear on this. It can result in a minimum of 3 months of jail time.
Okay, let's bring it all together. We've gone through definitions, categories, procedures, and the penalties. Now let's just boil it down to the absolute essentials for you and your team. If you take away nothing else from this, please remember these 3 golden rules. First, know your categories. Second, separate them correctly, always. And third, document everything. Your paperwork is your proof that you've followed the law every step of the way.
The official guidance really summarizes your role perfectly. Your responsibility doesn't just end when you toss the byproducts in a bin. It covers the entire journey, from the second that material is created until it's safely delivered to an approved facility.
So we'll end on this thought. Managing these materials correctly, it isn't just a legal burden. It's a clear sign of a professional, responsible, and safe business that actually cares about public health and the environment. So the final question is for you. Is your business truly ready to meet that standard?